Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining the show. Got a special edition for you here tonight. We're going to actually be looking at the D&D Keynote, where they're going to march out a bunch of products. They're doing this at GenCon. If you're watching this, this is they did this last week, so you can go back and watch that video if you want. But we're going to show you some clips of the video tonight, and then we're going to get some reactions. So I think I think there'll be some reactions.
I haven't seen any of this yet, so I haven't seen a second of it.
And we will be kind of moving around. We'll kind of, do all that. So we'll make sure all our volumes up, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to start. I mean, the first part, I'll just say this: they introduced something called icons. And the chat, by the way.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. Sounds like a spoiler out there.
Okay. Well, you're going to see it in about 5 seconds here. So, I mean, it's not a spoiler, really. You're going to see it at the very beginning. And then they do the product, roll out the products. And we'll take some, we'll watch it as we go along. And then we'll pause and we'll get some reaction there. And we'll get some of the things there. So.
Yeah, that sounds good. And just so you know, too, like I said, Tim and I haven't seen it. We are recording this on the 30th. So the Thursday the 30th, and it's going to drop a week from today, the 6th. So you're going to watch it a week after, but it's fresh for us. And, you guys may have seen it, maybe not, but you haven't heard our reaction.
Yeah. And we'll put a link. We'll put a link down below to the video if you want to go watch the video for yourself. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Shall we share the screen, Paul? You want to take it away?
Yeah. So.
All right. There we go.
We'll go ahead and start. I want to show you the beginning part only because. Just to see how you feel about the energy in the room. What do you think about that? That'd be my thought there is, what do you think about the energy?
What occurs to me, we didn't test the audio, Paul.
Oh, let's go ahead and find out what happens.
Yeah. GenCon, how we doing tonight?
We got it.
All right, GenCon, you know how this goes. That was a 6. We're going to need you at an 11. Now, before we do that 11, for context, this is an incredible weekend where like tens of thousands of us show up to do the one thing we love. Sometimes with friends we never see, family we never see. GenCon, how are you doing? That's what I'm talking about.
Now listen, I've never been to GenCon. Have you guys been to GenCon?
No. It's my bucket list. Once before I croak, I'm going to hit it though.
Okay. Because when we're reacting, like I said, I've never been here. I've never been in this hall. I've never been in any of these type of things. So my reactions will be, whatever they're going to be, just based on what I'm seeing here, not based on any prior experience I have. So
okay. How long is the video, Paul? How long is it?
It's an hour and
11 minutes.
It's an hour and 11 minutes, but we're not going to go through every little thing. We're going to skip down to the important parts and where they're actually rolling out the products, and then we'll get thoughts on that. But I just want to do the beginning part only because they'll introduce Dan Ayoub, which will come out. And I don't know who the host is. The host is coming out, so we'll see what that looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep that energy going for your host coming to the stage. You know him as Baldur's Gate 3's nice boy, Will Ravengard. We know him as one of the most genuine human beings you'll ever meet, Theo Solomon!
Hello, GenCon. How are you doing?
No clue who it is.
Look, I'm going to be completely honest. I have never emceed anything like this before. I just truly love this game, how it's affected my life. So I asked how I could help and be here. And look, here I am. So excited to be here. I think I speak for all of us when I say Dungeons and Dragons is a truly amazing game. Whether that's for you in the audience, or the people backstage, or all the beautiful people watching at home, we thank you for giving us your time and your energy. Now, everyone, I'm going to need you to strap in because this next hour is going to be absolutely epic. Are you ready? No. People, I said, are you ready? Thank you. To help kick things off on how we're shaping the future of D&D, please welcome to the stage the head of D&D, Dan Ayoub. Woo!
Hey, once again, I've never been. What do you about the energy so far?
Not so much.
Flat.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I don't know if it's the hall that they're in, it just eats the noise, like it's not very loud.
Well, I noticed that like in the front row, they're all empty. The seat, like if you go back, it's like it looks like they're all reserved seats, and there's nobody.
Check it out.
Yeah, like a lot of the people in the front row. Look at that
right in the middle
there.
There are some empty seats.
Yeah, all the front seats. Right in the middle too.
They might be VIP reserved, but nobody fucking showed up.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you couldn't even that's what I thought. I was thinking.
There's some seats over here to your right. There's some empty seats there, but there's papers on them. Yeah, so it makes me think that they're reserved. So
special guests who's like, fuck it, Penny, that's special.
Right.
All right. Anyway, so Dan Ayoub comes out.
Hello, GenCon. How are we doing tonight? Right on.
Hey,
welcome everyone. Welcome to D&D's long overdue return to GenCon.
Right? How long has it been? Do you know?
This one is special to me for a number of reasons. It's a bit of a milestone for me. I think I took over the franchise like 4 days before the last GenCon. So it's kind of my 1-year anniversary. So thank you for all coming out to celebrate. And I could not be happier to show y'all what we've been up to for the past year. This year has been a year of intense planning for the D&D team. So I can't wait to go through it with y'all tonight. So hopefully you're all ready to have some fun and see some surprises. Now,
they need one of those cheer boards.
Well, I was going to say, cheer now, like a studio audience, right? Studio audience for TV shows would have the applause.
Right. Thing. Sometimes, especially gamers need some social cues.
I got the answer here. It says, this is according to ChatGPT, so take it for what it's worth. The last time they had a major D&D event was other than this year, was 2024. But from 2014 to 2019, they were one of the premier events. They had a large presence, yada, yada. And then pandemic, nothing. And then 2023, really reduced footprint. 2024, of course, because they wanted to release the new Shitty Player's Handbook with Mexican orcs and dwarves who make cookies and forges. And I guess that's it. So, yeah.
Now, by the way, the president of Hasbro, Chris Cox, is out, right? He
got canned.
Okay, it's not this.
No,
it wasn't. Chris Cox didn't. No,
it was the guy above him.
Yeah. No, it was the Wizards of the Coast guy.
Is this not the Wizards of the Coast guy?
Yes.
No. The Chris Cox is Hasbro.
Okay. This guy's the head of Wizards, is he not?
No. Well,
I think he's the designer of Dungeons and Dragons. That's a smaller tier.
Oh, so he's like the brand guy. But
so he's in control of the IP for Dungeons and Dragons, which is under Wizards of the Coast, which Wizards of the Coast is part of Hasbro.
Right.
Chris Cox is sitting on his, crystalline throne, playing D&D with his 20 buddies and every night and using AI, and everybody just loves it.
Oh,
it's John Haidt, Hight. I imagine that's Haidt instead of Hickett, who stepped down to president of Wizards of the Coast after 2 years in a row, leaves the position as of September 1st. He's going to be, blah, blah, blah. So that's who's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Shows you how up to date, I am on anything Wizards of the Coast.
I'm surprised they knew that. I was.
All right. So this is just introductory remarks.
So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Dan, and I've been playing D&D since I opened my Red Box when I was 12 years old. And I just became an instant fan, and I have never stopped playing. I mean, this launched a love of D&D for me that stayed with me, honestly, my whole life. So, as some of you may have heard me say throughout the year, it's been both a dream and a fucking terror at the same time, having this job that means so much to me every day. So, one of my biggest goals coming in was to bring everyone back to the table, right? Get everyone back and remind everyone why D&D has been.
Yeah,
this motherfucker, bring them back to the table. You mean from the VTT, which was the original plan to replace all DMs with AI? You want to now bring them back to the table because you pissed away $300 zillion on the VTT theme.
Well, the table now that you will discover is D&D Beyond.
Oh, that's the table, huh? Oh, it's not this
That's
thing here.
the table we're talking about.
Oh, who knew tables change definitions?
Everything's
Okay.
funneling through there. Yeah.
That is correct. So
what it's been for the last 52 years. And to bring it back, that's the theme, right? Bring it back to all of you. Bring it back to our players. Bring it back to the hobby stores where it all began. Bring it back to video games. Bring it back to where it belongs. Top of mind for all of us.
Hobby stores.
So this,
by the way, just the fact that there's no applause,
None.
that caught me throughout
Yeah.
this. Like you're going, that would have been a good. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm like, listen, bro, I think these are a lot of these are normies.
Yeah.
They're just
Well, and they're saying bring it back to the game store. Well, from what I understand, you're not going to be fucking selling physical books,
Right.
So
right.
hang tight. Hang
you know,
on.
so-
Oh.
am I
Hang
getting
on.
too far ahead?
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
You're getting ahead of yourself here. But
Don't get high yet.
I guess it shocks me, like the enthusiasm level. Like if you're
Yeah.
enthusiastic about the hobby, like you would hear screams or
Yeah.
that's awesome, or at least some random dude like one of us would be there like, yeah. Some one of us idiots there.
That would be
like,
me if I were there, because I'd be.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been an abusive relationship for the past 10 years. I mean,
Yeah.
None of these people are in the abusive relationship. I'm
No.
just saying the people in the audience
No.
are not.
Well,
I don't
no,
think
they
they're-
are. They're the ones who've been beaten on and like, we're going to do this. You're not going to be able to get this. You're going to do that. And they've been lied to, and
Bullshit.
not Wizards of the Coast. I'm going to specifically say Hasbro can't keep their stories straight. Especially Chris Cox. I mean, he's lying if he's talking.
Pretty much. Pause for a second.
So when Dan is when he's talking, and I know there's once again this guy, I feel bad for him. I think we've all been in situations where we get hired for a job that somebody did a bad job before us.
Yep.
Somebody did a bad job above us, and now we have to come in and fix a thing. So I feel bad for this guy because this guy didn't create this mess.
Yeah.
He's here trying to do damage control at some point to say, look, we got new products here.
Yeah.
Here's what we got. I'm
shit's
going to put my best face on it. So
we got. Well, they have Mexican orcs. I guess they're going to have what, Portuguese hobgoblins. They will. I mean, we're on a list, right? I mean,
Sure. Well, if you want, if you're in Portugal, they are Portuguese orcs. Okay, if you're playing in Portugal, that's what they are.
True.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, here we go.
this is more than a game. This is a cultural powerhouse that has touched every aspect of entertainment. But we can never forget the soul of Dungeons and Dragons. The soul are the players around the table, right? Building adventures together, building memories together. And that's the theme of this whole night tonight. We're going to talk about how we're going to help protect that experience and grow it for the next 50 years or more.
Now, see, that doesn't sound fast enough. It just sounds like people are like waiting, like, can I cheer for this?
Yeah.
That was not bad, though. It's better than the last time.
Can you
So
pause
today
it, Paul?
marks a new...
Yeah.
I wonder if they filtered any people out, because I mean, like
The
if I was down in that crowd, I'll fucking believe it when I see it.
Hey, the chat was lively. I will say that.
I bet.
There are people in
but
the
I'm
chat.
wondering, like the live audience, if that's
And then there's people
they
that are
maybe
going,
did a little vetting.
why are you mad? Why are you mad? It was a lively chat.
tradition for us, an old D&D tradition, GenCon. This is going to be our big show from now on. And as I said at Gamma, every GenCon we're going to share our upcoming roadmap with you for the coming year. So we got a lot to get to tonight. So yeah. All right, Theo, we got a lot to do. You ready?
All right,
After all that hype,
let's move up. Here. So we're introducing Joe Manganiello.
make some noise.
I'm sorry, Luke
Jackson!
Manganiello.
All right.
This is their icon, what they're calling icon.
I like that guy though. He's a real D&D guy.
Wow.
He truly is.
Dragonlance.
Yes.
Yeah, he loves Dragonlance.
What's an icon?
An icon is anybody who was
No,
once
no,
married to
no,
Sofia
no.
Vergara. That's an
An
icon.
icon could be an emblem. It could be a symbol. representing sacred events, sacred gatherings, or a person widely admired, having great influence or significance, a sacred individual. We're gathered here at GenCon 59, which is short for the Geneva Convention, which was founded in 1968 at the Horticultural Hall in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Let's see if he mentions the Gary's
none
name.
other than
Let's see.
Ernest Gary Gygax.
Yeah, all right.
The inaugural event attracted somewhere around 96 Midwest wargamers, which for the time was an absolute coup. Today, the festival welcomes upwards of 70,000 people annually from all over the world. And the plans for next year are going to make it possible to accommodate even more. Now, no one can deny the power and vast influence of those 3 rules pamphlets that Gary typed up on a Smith Corona typewriter at 330 Center Street back in 1974. And no one could have predicted that those first 1,000 brown boxes that he named Dungeons and Dragons would contain an American art form that would inspire generations to get together in groups and tell stories together. And we're all here today because of him. And I'm here today to ensure his place on the Mount Rushmore of tabletop gaming by building a bridge to his work that was interrupted back in 1985. And for the first time in 40 years, his original fantasy setting will return to Dungeons and Dragons as curated at his request by his son. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to Icons, Luke Gygax and the return of the world of Greyhawk.
Now, technically, Greyhawk's been back, right? I mean, that's the
Forever.
setting of 5.5.
Yeah.
I mean, but and they're introducing these icons. Do you want to? I mean, everybody's got a speech, so I'll just say, look, if you want to hear his speech, that's fine.
No.
He does. He's going to say the same things he kind of always tells. He's going to talk about Melf, and he's going to talk about people and things that this audience has no idea. They're learning for the first time, sitting in this room, likely a large portion of them.
Here's the thing. Can I just interrupt this podcast for one quick second?
Sure.
Rob Kuntz on Twitter the other day.
Yep.
He posted something which was pretty fucking interesting. Where is it? Oh, you know what? I shared it to yeah, hold on a second. I know where I shared it. Hold on. Let me read it to you. I shared it to our little group chat, and I thought it was quite interesting. And I don't know who he's talking about. I have no clue who he might be talking about. But let me where the fuck is it? You guys remember? I think you're in that chat together, right? We were talking about it.
I delete that chat all the time. So
what's that?
I always delete that chat.
Do
remember?
You?
Yeah.
It says Robert Kuntz. It says bookmark this post, all caps. Now I don't know who he's talking about, but there will soon be one walking amongst us who claims to be from us, but who is not. He will come with a pedigree, but all he cares about is himself. He will be allied with a common enemy and speak of the old days and ways. He will join with gold-hobbled wizards while betraying the past, ignoring the grievous insults heaped upon his kin, blinded by money, ego, and power. I will say no more nor answer questions regarding this event, but you'll be aware when it happens. Mark my words, bookmark this post. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, continue, Paul.
Okay.
With that.
So under icons, everybody's going to give a speech. So Luke gives his speech. Then they, he'll talk a little bit more, and he will. Let's see. He brings out Tracy Hickman, Dragonlance.
That's bigger than me. Impressive.
So he's gonna He's gonna talk about they're bringing back Dragonlance. They're gonna bring back, and Joe Manganiello is gonna oversee it. He's gonna.
Well, I don't doubt that. And Manganiello he's the biggest fucking boner for Dragonlance. Yeah, he loves that. He wanted to be in the movie. You know what I mean? I think he wanted to get it going. Yeah, that's awesome.
Then he talks a little bit more. Then they bring out. Let's see here.
I mean, I've got a question, about all this. I mean, this is all nice. They're getting cozy with they're getting cozy with Greyhawk. Fine. Dragonlance. Fine. This is a game about imagination. When are they going to make something fucking new? When are they going to get out of there? This stuff has been around for 50 years. There's so many books about it. There's so many other things written about it.
Yeah.
This is a thing about imagination. There's nothing new coming out. They keep on dredging up stuff that I don't know. I mean, I know I'm an old school guy, but I want new stuff. I want to see what they can bring. I don't need another Strahd. We've got Strahd.
The hell you
good.
say? The hell you say, Tim?
The things that I thought were original, at least to me, because I don't play Magic the Gathering. My son does, and I've played with him, so I'm not the biggest guy. But I felt like when they did the crossovers, and you were getting things like Ravnica, or you were getting like the one or two others that I think they did with that, porting over and creating a whole classes and races and all those things. I thought those were kind of neat. I thought those were fresh in the sense of creating and building a world out of what you have is just a card and you're building out around that. I thought those were
that Ravnica, whatever the fuck it was called.
Ravnica.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then the world of Theros.
You did like that one because I thought it. I kind of understood what they were doing, but I just thought it was very poorly executed. It was very
well, right. I'm talking about large strokes, right? These are the classes, these are the factions. I just thought there was enough in there that made it interesting for me.
But they didn't do anything with it. They put Ravnica. They thought that was going to be a whole thing, and then it just died.
It's a cash grab, dude. It was a cash grab to say, hey, Magic the Gathering, Ravnica, and D&D crossover, and there's no crossover. There never really was a crossover between Magic the Gathering and D&D.
Well, they obviously it didn't sell because they quit doing it. Otherwise, they probably would have been on pace to produce every card or every set they had would wind up being a book. The Theros book was all about Greek mythology, which it was fine, and also I think one of the other original things I think they did was Acquisitions Incorporated. I thought that was fine. I thought that was a fun spin idea.
Yeah, that was Perkins' thing, right? And then they fired his ass.
Well, no, that was back.
Left.
Yeah,
no,
that was way back. That was part of when he did the live. He do the live things. Those he did with what's his name?
Wheaton.
Will
Wheaton and a few of the others.
Yeah, and I can't remember the guy's name. Who actually he does it. The guy from another channel. He's from he's really into cartoons and making animated stuff and stuff like that. Anyway, it's part of his stuff. Anyway, I thought that was a fresh look at something. I thought that was kind of a fun take on it. But anyway, so you have Tracy Hickman talking about Dragonlance. Then you bring out, if you scroll down here,
check out Luke Gygax pimping Gary Con on his shirt there, just because.
Well, hey, anytime, listen, when you're watching this, everybody wants to be enthralled, but this is it's pimping everything. It's pimping. It's there to pimp. That's what it's there for. Right there. If you're watching, they're selling. That's the whole deal.
If they're the pimps, who are the hoes?
That'd be the people.
We're the Johns. We're the Johns.
We're the Johns.
And the hoes are the product. So they're the pimps. The hoes are the hoes are the diseased product, and we're the Johns who are going to fuck the diseased product. Is that the difference?
So you got Salvador. Salvador does a little talk. He doesn't talk very long, which is great. And he talks about how Driz came into it. So you're going to get these icons. Now these are icons, right? So you have the guy.
The guy's kind of jacked, I gotta say. No homo, but he's that dude. He doesn't do more. He does more than just fucking type. That he's hitting the gym. That guy.
He's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good. So you have that whole set there.
Dad bod, but he's pumping iron. You can tell.
Sure. Now, when you get into we're getting to the next section here, but because they're doing Greyhawk, who's missing as part of the icons? Anybody know?
Joe Block, Greyhawk Grognard.
Yes, he's missing as well. But the other guy, the guy that built most of where
Tell you the truth, I always thought Driz was Forgotten Realms. I didn't know he was. I never read any of the books, so I wouldn't know.
Driz is Forgotten Realms. Paul, you meant Forgotten Realms, not Greyhawk. Yeah. You say Greyhawk.
Okay.
Fucking the dude with the beard, the Elminster fucking stand-in. What's his name? Ed Greenwood. Ed
Greenwood's not part of the icons.
No, he's not an icon
because he has nothing to sell to them. He has he's doing his own books right now, so he's not even a part of this. He doesn't show up anywhere in this video. I find it hard to believe that you're going to have icons up there, and Ed Greenwood's not one of those icons. I find, but because he has nothing to sell, there's no partnership. There's nothing. He's not that I know of.
Well, why would you have the guy who made Forgotten Realms on there? Or that wouldn't make any sense, would it?
Do they bring out Keith? What's his face? Baker from Eberron?
No, they do not. But
he's not an icon either, huh?
He's not an icon either. So there's a few icons missing. I think that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he goes on. Now we got this guy comes out.
Guy? Who the fuck is that guy?
Armin Justice. Is that his name?
Oh, he's the new Chris Perkins.
Yeah.
He looks like Sippus.
Vision of Greyhawk coming.
Christ.
Now,
that guy's never had a
welcome
steak in his life,
D&D's game design director and lead for the upcoming Greyhawk adventure book, Justice Ramin Arman. Make some noise, people!
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he took over.
Most of the audience has not heard either by their reaction.
So back at GaryCon 2024, during D&D's Year of Dragon celebration,
bringing the soy
we
vibe,
hosted a tournament adventure for the 5th edition update.
Jesus Christ!
For the Lost Caverns of Sajkan.
Holy Christ,
originally
man.
created by Gary Gygax in 1976. That adventure introduced us to Drelmza,
he talks like he's got a butt
the
plug in his
vampire
ass.
daughter of Igwilf, the Witch Queen, perhaps better known as Tasha. After that adventure's debut, we're returning to Greyhawk and expanding
Greyhawk look like
story, and you can play a part in it.
Hallmark movie.
Greyhawk, Crown of the Witch Queen, is a full-length adventure set in the world of Oerth. The adventure surrounds the return and ascent of Drelmza, who seeks to follow her mother's evil footsteps and become Greyhawk's newest Witch Queen. Between Luke's projects and Crown of the Witch Queen,
right now.
Greyhawk's fans are going to be well fed. Thank you, everyone, and happy GenCon.
How are you an icon, bitch? Nobody's ever heard of you.
He's not an icon. He's not up there. Now watch this. Watch this. There you go. What reactions to the animation and whatnot?
You know, I never give a fuck about Dark Sun, tell you the truth.
I like that.
I don't know. Was it a thing? Do you guys play it?
I never really played in Dark Sun. I mean, I like the idea of it, and I like the concept of it. And I did have a couple of the books back in the day. But that was when I was more into GURPS, and I wasn't really much into doing much into D&D and spending money on that part of that. But I mean, I thought the cartoon was okay. Like you said, it kind of gave that heavy metal vibe from the 80s kind of thing. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It seems like they're throwing a lot out there. I just want to know what they're going to do well.
Will this be enough? And they're going to show some more. But does that interest, would that, I mean, obviously, I'm somewhat interested in it only because they made it brutal, and Dark Sun is brutal. Yes, I've played that. So they are appealing. They said, okay, we're not doing these are not dwarves baking cookies here. These are
These are
a totally different vibe here that they're going for. And I say that I think I have to give them some props for that.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go. If we're gonna do Dark Sun, that's the Dark Sun you're looking at. That's what we're looking at here. So we'll see.
Well, that's good.
I mean,
it's one of those things. Like I'll say it all the time and everything. I mean, it's great that they do that, but I want to see what they deliver. I mean, they have a tendency to talk out to one side of their mouth, and then basically deliver or lie out of the other side of their mouth. So.
We'll just have to wait and see, right? So
that's pretty much it.
Here's what I don't get. There are people. Pause for a second, Paul. There are people. I mean, I know Joe's my friend. I'm not trying to plug Joe because he's my friend. He's a good guy. There are Greyhawk experts out there. Joe Block, Grodog. Remember him from the board days? There are some people who know more about Greyhawk than that soy bitch will ever know in his entire life if he studied from now until the day he dies, right?
Right.
They know everything.
Absolutely.
How about consulting with the fucking experts rather than trying to reskin that shit? You know what I mean? How about talking to people who know it and love it rather than people who want to make a buck off it? Because if you talk to the people and you use them as consultants, the people
it's a
who
business, Joe.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's not, I mean, I guarantee you Joe Block would do the fucking job if they asked him to consult, and to have a noted expert in the entire, one of the top experts in the world about the fucking setting on there gives it old school legitimacy. If you're going to go for an old school setting, bring in old school experts for old school legitimacy, because nobody in the new school knows what the fuck Greyhawk is. And I am convinced, I am absolutely convinced. I said this before in a couple of videos. All right, ranting coming. Now, remember all the old editions? All the old fucking editions in the last, 3, 4, 5, it's all Forgotten Realms, right? And then they fire everybody. They fired them all, right? And he knows D&D 2024 is all centered around what? Greyhawk. Because the depth and breadth of the lore of Forgotten Realms would fill my entire room twice over, right? The only way to know anything about it, if you're coming into it new, is to go to like the Forgotten Realms Wikipedia or something like that. Because there's not so much out there, relatively speaking, on Greyhawk, I would say 5% or less, right? That's why I'm convinced they centered everything in 2024 around Greyhawk, because there's not much to fuck up. Because if you fuck it up, it's like fucking up comic book lore for the comic book geeks. You will be crucified if you fuck that lore up, right? And they can't keep it straight. Nobody knows. That may be why Ed Greenwood isn't here. You know what I mean? Because he's like the fucking Forgotten Realms expert. You don't want to consult with a guy. You want to go to something that's sort of like a virgin territory in a sense, right? Yeah. Go to Greyhawk. Nobody knows about it. And you're not going to consult with the experts because, fuck them. We're going to sell to new people anyway. And those experts are useless old schoolers who are going to die soon. That's how they view us, right? So they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
Right. By the way, I just want to say that, for Dark Sun here, a game designed by Troy Denning and Timothy B. Brown, I would say that's pretty iconic. Now, unless barring the fact that, and hope that they're still with us, would like to see some of them as part of it as well, but that's, what do you do?
This is the only thing I have a Dark Sun is this book, the Dragon King's book, because it had great psionics stuff, and I was going to use it because I thought second edition had the best psionics system ever. Everything else is just cloning spells and calling it psionics instead of using spell slots. But second edition had an amazing psionic system, and I researched and I said this book, along with the second edition psionics book, was a great system. I was going to use it, steal from it. So that's the only, really, truly the only one I have. But other than that, I have nothing in the system at all.
Okay, well, and I have the set. I have the box set. Like I said, I've played in it, and I know that Chubby Funster is coming out with his version of Dark Sun, which for Shadow Dark, it's called Shadow Sun. So be on the alert for that, you girls. But
around that absolute lunacy, please welcome D&D executive producer Greg Billsland. Make some noise.
Never heard of this motherfucker either.
Hey everyone, welcome to the blood-soaked world of Dark Sun, one of D&D's most iconic settings. And
wait, you just said it. It's an iconic setting. Where are the icons? It's an iconic
who are you?
setting.
And why are your underwear why is your underwear so fucking tight, dude? All right?
What the fuck? In a big way, as D&D's first mature rated setting. So much so that the lawyers told us we had to shrink wrap it and put a label over it. We've taken all of the things that people love about Dark Sun, brutal stories of survival and resistance in the face of tyranny, and developed art and game mechanics, all to realize the promise of this world. The dying world of Athos is a brutal place where survival is its own act of defiance.
It's
magic defiles the land, psionic monsters prowl the wastes. And
Warhammer 40K is what I'm thinking.
And I am excited to share with you today some first looks at some art from the books.
All right, cool, brutal art.
Here is the flicker of freedom in this dying world. It's Sorcerer King Coward lies dead.
Pause for a second. Was Dark Sun all about resisting tyranny, or is that what it was all about, or was it just survival in a brutal world? Was it Mad Max, or was resisting tyranny?
The fact that magic users screwed it up, and they hate magic users because magic blew the place up. And now it's a Mad Max world. So,
but my point is, Mad Max wasn't resisting tyranny. Mad Max was just trying to survive. The original Dark Sun, was it resisting tyranny, or are they just trying to slide in some bullshit from modern times into this?
You know what? The book will tell us, I guess.
I was going to say, I think it was more of a post-apocalyptic fantasy world, kind of thing. And that's what this is, except it doesn't sound like it. It looks like it's not that post-apocalyptic on the one side. It just sounds like it's they're slip a little bit of it, but I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the art in this. It looks like a little bit more, kind of hard, dark fantasy. Because I mean, I don't see a dwarf with a bakery anywhere in sight, and I don't see any hawking orcs. This kind of stuff, I would definitely be a little bit more into. I like that the lizard man's ready to punch somebody out over there on the left-handed side. I like those little details, so, I mean, I'll give them props. I mean, at least they're trying to go for a little bit.
100%. Look, if we're gonna, we should call it out when it's crap. We should also say, that's pretty good. That's not bad, guys. I think we've upped our game here.
Of course, they set the bar so fucking low that it's not going to be that hard to do that too.
This is still pretty good art, I think.
City's revolution continues. Tears flames forge its future and burn any who sympathize with tyrants. In Draj, life, gravity, and reality bend for the lunar god king Lifebringer, who demands sacrifices to fuel its dark omens and inscrutable ambitions.
I know.
And in gold, life and death blend together under the sorcerer king Lalipui.
That's cool.
The city's tree towers and corpse plant guardians feed upon the spirits of the willing and, of course, the unwilling.
I wonder if this is AI art or real art.
Is a brutalist engine of war driven to conquer by Sorcerer King Hamanu as the world of Athos burns.
It says artist in the bottom right-hand corner.
There you go. David
the ashes. And in Rom, every day is the last day. Here, consequence and taboo lie scattered upon the streets, and debauchery can be had for the price of coin or flesh. And in Nibene.
Okay, now that tells me, for the price of coin or flesh, we leaving slavery in? Because that's that.
Oh yeah, God forbid.
It looks like it sounds like to me. I don't know if there's what they're saying, but
if they're not going to leave slavery in, they shouldn't do Dark Sun, because that was such a big component of it.
Yeah, I mean, really, by the way, for the record, for the algorithm, we're not for slavery. Okay, just want to point that in. It's part of a world, though. It's part of a fantasy world,
right?
And more 9 times out of 10, my party is rescuing them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we're not creating them. We're freeing them. We want to do that.
And according to Claude AI, the short version is that Denning wrote it as an anti-tyranny setting where survival was the pressure forcing characters into the fight. So that, okay, for what it's worth, AI, but so there you go.
There's always got to be the bad king, right? I mean, you're in a world, you're going to have kings and rulers and other people. That's who you're going to fight it with. That's kind of the deal for a lot of times, and especially in a post-apocalyptic world where everybody's grabbing up what they can.
I wonder if they're going to do a psionics. I wonder if they're going to make a psionics system, because that was inherent to Dark Sun, and they fucked up psionics ever since second edition. They've never done a good psionics system.
In the video part, it had that chick with the things coming out of her head, those lights. Yeah. I think that was the psionics. I think that was the psionics that was working.
But if they do it with just detect magic or fireball, but it's psionic fireball, that's not psionics, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't know what they're going to do yet.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm wondering.
It's a wait and see.
Right? Science and scholars alike grasp at secrets from a forgotten past. They join their minds with their Sorcerer King in pursuit of alien glories, seeking to outwit mortality. And last is Balak. It is what comes from a tyrant's reckless pursuit of power. It is a wasteland dominated by bizarre and deadly remnants of mad ambition. Dark Sun is a gritty, mature setting for those who are willing to step into this world.
What else you got?
All right, let's go to this. They're going to do. Oh, here's the
D&D Beyond. Here we go.
There's the D&D Beyond
tonight.
All right.
To talk about how we're going to make D&D easier to play together. Yes, we're adding one word to that mission.
We're back to the old
bad art. Yeah,
I want to talk about together. That magical ingredient that makes D&D and tabletop role-playing games good for us, good for humanity. It's the people around the table. That's what we've been talking about tonight. And getting to play in person, getting to be present.
Oh, can you boost the volume?
That's the ultimate
your end?
But
it
feels harder than it's ever been in our lives just to get together. And we all want it. That's what we want to focus on D&D Beyond, together. And we're going to start with connect and play.
All right, so there's a partnership here. They're basically, the whole thing is they've built a partnership with Start Playing. You can now find people through D&D Beyond that you want to play with.
They've always had that, though, haven't they?
No.
No?
No,
really?
not through D&D Beyond, no.
Well, that's kind of retarded. That's the easiest layup ever. I've never used D&D Beyond. I admit, so I don't know shit about it, but I would assume it's a character sheet place. Why wouldn't you put in something to be able to find characters?
Play in a person near you, then use the Start Playing website to play fully online, and then you eventually get you into the server and all that stuff.
You got to pay to play online? 99 cents to start?
Well, you're going to get start for 99 cents. You start for 99 cents. They want to give you the good experience with a professional DM who's going to run your game, and then that's part of hooking you into the D&D Beyond ecosystem.
What do you mean a professional? You got like, is that the old fucking 1980s goddamn psychic hotline network or something where you got somebody sitting there waiting for the call?
No, there's games you can book, okay, on Start Playing. You can book, and obviously you're paying for games on Start Playing. That's how you book the game.
Who vets the DM?
Well, the DMs can sign up. Nobody vets. I mean, they do not a background check, but they do, you can join, set up your first game. And I only know this because I've done it and used to Start Playing. And so I've had people have paid me to run games for them. And so what they're look, you can get in. They're just looking at, are you running good games? And I'm sure they are cherry picking some of their best ones on these games. They're probably not just everybody. There's going to be certain games that they're going to, put forward so a player can find it, so they can have a good experience. That's just my thinking.
That's weird.
They're not going to give it to some first-time guy.
So the DM is the whore.
Sure. Then they got something about Warlock.
You're always worried about who's playing what role with the whore pimp situation.
I mean, it's a good metaphor. I mean, you're talking about D&D,
It's a good metaphor. There it is.
World of Warcraft. Not for they're actually making a setting book with characters, with the whole thing. World of Warcraft. Seriously? Yep.
They're smart on their idea, because I mean, think of what other IP is going to be popular with gamers. I mean, everybody. I know, Joe. I know, but you're more. This is a money making thing. They're there to make the money.
It's like what you said before, Tim. How about hiring some creative fucking people? When is the last setting they ever made? Fucking Eberron, right? Yeah. That's the last setting. All they keep doing is going back to the past, while shitting on everybody from the past, including Gary. They shat all over him and everybody from him. They called him a fucking racist. They edited his name. Come on, fuck you. Fuck you.
So anyway, here's the other ones they're dropping, okay? And they're getting independent. This is where they get the independents to bring their products in, to put them up in D&D Beyond.
That's a smart idea. I think that's, they've been needing to do that for a long time.
They have quite a few things in there now in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, to just bring in some independence to doing it, because I mean, all they have to do, go to the D&D Guild, see which people are making the best adventures or selling the most, start recruiting. I mean, you've got your own semi-pro league that's playing in your house all the time. You've got all this talent there, but they never seem to, like, hey, Kelsey Dion's been the best-selling author of all these D&D adventures. Why don't we recruit her to write us an adventure and let her go at it and do it? Hey, this guy can do it. I mean, they have it right there. They could do it so easy, but they just, I just never understood that. But I'm glad to see that they're doing, letting Cobalt Press take a shot at it. And I think
so Cobalt Press is in charge of Forgotten Realms, Visionary, whoever the fuck is in charge of Eberron, and Ghostfire Games in charge of Ravenloft. Is that what it is?
For this round of products that now they may
find other small.
For other seasons, they have now seasons as you go through. This is like season of icons.
Season. Oh.
So these are the ones that are coming out this time, then another set will come out the next time, and there'll be probably maybe different people writing those things. And then they should go on, they put their Dungeon Master show up there, all that stuff. And then it shows you the
Oh, so they're doing a Marvel release thing where they show the timeline. I see that.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the end, watch this.
What?
Don't they know they already have this? I think it's a 3.5. I have.
Well, they might as well fuck up Star Wars a different way now. They did
a different way, exactly.
Yeah. There must be another orifice we can work our way into.
You beat me to it. I was going to drop the anal shit. You beat me to
it. Why not?
So that's it. That's basically what they showed. And once again, mixed bag.
Is it mixed? Is it mixed, or is it all a bag of shit?